Hey everybody, good afternoon here in Toronto and probably good evening in other places, but at the same time, wishing you guys all the best. Uh, I was kind of wondering as to what my next topic would be, and I was thinking about it for quite some time. But before I do that, let me greet you with a cup of coffee at the same time. I love this. This is I call this a drug for the day. Okay, and thanks to Tim Hortons, McDonald's, whosoever, the great people who came out with this wonderful cup of coffee. So good afternoon, guys. Assalamu alaikum. Sat Sri Akal. I'm back again on this channel, and this time I'm sitting all relaxed, and I'm going to talk to you about something. And this is basically a kind of thing that I have been wanting to talk about for quite some time but again, sitting down, getting into the mode of it, writing down my little analogies and things like that, I was wondering as to how I should come around to talking about this particular subject that I see as emotions, or it's called E, and then there is a little dash in middle, and then it's motion. Okay, so your emotion is always in motion, in whichever form, in whichever state, wherever you are, as long as you are alive, your emotions are playing. And emotional health, okay, that's a very, very important part of this modern civilization. Emotional health, a lot of people don't realize, when we pass judgment on people, we kind of say that this person is not in the right frame of mind, or that person is not doing things in the right way, or whatever it is, or is acting weird. We from the opposite side, we are very prone on passing quick judgments like this, because we don't think about other things that could be happening with that person. Mental health, emotional health, people don't see that. People don't realize what is going on in that person, because from the outside the person looks absolutely fine. There is nothing wrong with the person. He or she is going about with their daily chores. They're doing their household chores, their office chores, and their whatever the social chores. They're doing everything in the normal human way. But at times when you actually see that person, you do see that there is not everything in order, because first is the eye contact. The person is perhaps not making the right eye contact with you, or there is a trembling of certain parts of the body. That could be the hands, or it's like the person is not feeling comfortable, or he or she is kind of wrapping something up on the body, to prevent them from shivering and things like that. But things at the same time. Yes, you want to say hello? Come here, come. That's my little biscuit. Okay, I'm talking to somebody. All right, I'll see you. So emotional health, sorry about that, honey. Emotional health is a damn difficult subject. Even the doctors. Biscuit? Oh, that side, honey. Yeah. So even the doctors, they don't understand how to treat emotional health in the right way. The first thing, forget about anything else. The first thing, if you are having sleeping issues, if you are having nightmares, if you're having bad dreams and stuff like that, and you go to the doctor, you don't even have to go to the psychiatrist. You just go to your family doctor, and you tell the problem, and the family doctor comes up and says, oh, you know what, you're having this problem, so you need antidepressants. You're having this problem, you need sleeping pills. So these are quick remedies that people come up with, but the basic fundamental core of the human body lies in the subconscious mind, and that I think is very difficult for anybody to reach tap and find out as to what the problem could be. So that's the reason why mental health, emotional health has become such a big subject in today's civilization, in today's world, where people want to know, learn, get educated more on this particular subject. Because according to me, the mind and the body, they are both correlated. There is nothing that the mind doesn't know and the body doesn't know. If your mind is okay, the body is okay. If your body is okay, the mind is okay. So they are both working in harmony with one another. It's the problem arises between I have a feeling the problem arises between the conscious and the subconscious mind, So therefore, the problem lies in between the conscious and the subconscious. So this is where the emotional health becomes an issue. Now, I'm going to talk more about this because I want people to realize and understand that before you pass judgments, before you actually call a person retarded or you actually make a comment on the person, you should realize that the person is not all there, and that is not his or her fault. It is the way the mind is functioning, and therefore the body is reciprocating in the same way. Now, it's interesting, I was kind of watching a documentary the other day, and it's a beautiful documentary on emotional health they were, kind of showing. And there is this situation with the man and the woman. The man is on the bed, he is dying, and his wife, with whom he has been married for X number of years, she's waiting, watching, and praying that this man doesn't leave her. So this gentleman, he must be around 80 plus, whatever the age might be. He knew that he is going to take his last breath very soon, so he just calls his wife. He makes this gesture and calls her near him and tells her, you come near me, I want to tell you something very important. So the wife is looking at him and saying, yes, darling, I'm here. What is it that you want to tell me? And she's crying at the same time, because she knows that this man is not going to be there with her for too long. And the way he said it, he said something, he just whispered, and he said, every day in the morning when you wake up and you take your head off the pillow, it means you have all that you need. So this is a very basic thing that we don't realize, that each morning that we get to see in the way that we have to see, it's probably not the best of the weather, you're probably not in the best of your mood, a lot of things outside in the outside world is still playing around you, and you have to juggle around to your things. All those things come up the moment you wake up, in the morning. But at the same time, a lot of us forget to say good morning to ourselves because we don't realize that's the first person or the first greeting that we should be communicating with ourselves. Just say good morning, just say a prayer for having given you that particular morning and the sunshine that you had to see. So basically, what I was trying to say, that the mind and the body, I'm coming back to that portion, the mind and the body is in harmony with one another. And the conscious mind is just the tip of the iceberg. The conscious mind, like every day we are seeing things, we are noticing things, we are talking to people, we are interacting with people, we are doing our everyday work. That's a conscious mind helping us to finish those work. But the greater area of concern, that's the bottom of the iceberg, is the subconscious mind. And it is said that the subconscious mind is 1,000 times more active than the conscious mind. I hadn't realized that. But it is true, because a subconscious mind is like the camera. When you're clicking the picture is on the surface of the screen. That's okay, that you can see that. But your mind is the camera that's subconsciously clicking in everything, every moment, every iota of a second that's happening around you or with you. So the subconscious mind is 1,000 times more active than the conscious mind. And it's the subconscious mind that is time and again surfacing, and until it surfaces, you don't know what the subconscious mind is telling you or wants to tell you. That is where the problem occurs, when the subconscious mind surfaces, and it wants to communicate, it wants to tell you all the stored information that you have retained back in your little sack in the subconscious mind. So that's where the control issue comes, that's where the mental health issue comes, that's where the emotional health issue comes from. So everything again is related just with us. And it is said, I'm going to touch those subjects later on as we go along this emotional health topic. I want to continue on this topic a little bit more for people to understand what emotional and mental health issues are all about today. And it's said, the subconscious mind is the place which stores all the emotions, like I said, all the main emotions. And over the years, over the decades, over the time period that you exist on this earth, you are consciously or subconsciously dragging that emotional baggage with you. Now, when I say baggage, I'm not talking about the baggage all in the negative way. It could be some of the baggage, some of the memories, some of the good stuff that you have in the subconscious mind is there for you. But in many cases today, the subconscious mind is also creating havoc, because it's coming out with the emotional baggage, the negative factors that has happened in your life that you have not been able to erase from yourself. So, the problem happens because again, before I go forward, there are 5 stages in a man's life, okay, and I'm pretty sure you guys know about it. It's the infant, the child, the youth, the middle age, and the old age, okay. The emotional baggage part of it actually starts to happen anywhere between the youth and the middle age. The child age is not so much of emotional baggage, because the child is just getting to understand what the world is all about, and what the person is all about, the surrounding is all about. So I'm not taking the child stage into consideration, but I'm definitely taking the youth and the middle age. That's where the emotional baggage starts to build up. And by the time you reach, you cross the middle age and you're stepping into the old age, that's where the emotional baggage has created a base in your subconscious mind. And at that point in time, you're kind of fighting with that to get rid of it, to erase it, to delete it from your memory, whatever you think you should be doing at that point. But all these years you have been carrying on those kind of issues without knowing. I'm not saying you know about it. Without knowing, you're retaining the pain, the hurt, the guilt, the anger, the hatred, anything that might have happened with you. Now here again, like people say, I want peace, I want happiness, I want a big car, I want a fancy house, I want this, I want that, And what happens is the person gets along the way to earn it, because when the child becomes a youth, he realizes or she realizes that there is a lot of thing in the world that he or she wants. So therefore, rightfully earning it is the only priority for that child or the youth who steps. But between that youth and the middle age, there are obstacles that come in the way of his happiness, of his inner peace, of his fantasies that he has built for himself. And that is, it's like a snowball effect. It's throwing, the obstacles are throwing the curves at you, and you are trying to dodge the curve and go from one to the other, bypass those little obstacles. But it's not possible all the time. You will have to face it, and we are facing it. And that's where the subconscious mind is again activated, because it's kind of taking in all the emotional hazards that is coming along the way, which you often see as obstacles. So I have a feeling that the subconscious mind, it's me, of course, people might not agree with that, but I have a feeling the subconscious mind has a skeleton key. It's up to us how we can use it to unlock and throw the garbage or the emotional baggage out of the subconscious mind and create a new subconscious mind to take in whatever you have to take in, and retain that as a part of your inner happiness, inner peace. You call it spiritualism, anything that you may want to term it with. So this is just again the surface, the touch up on this subject that I'll be coming on this even more as I go along the way, and I hope that you guys will enjoy hearing me out. And if you have any comments, any questions, please feel free to talk about it. We will definitely go along the way. Could be interactive, anything that you might wish to do. But I enjoy talking to you as much as I enjoy seeing the likes, the subscriptions, everything that is happening on this channel. And I'm trying to figure out a more productive way as we go along to make it even more interesting for those who want to hear it, for those who want to get deeper into this kind of subjects, that is just not only spiritual, but it is also about us in whole, a holistic self. Okay, so with this right now I end the message, but I'll come back again, and I will definitely touch on other areas about the emotions, the emotional health, the mental health, that somewhere people are suffering from, and it's becoming a conscious effort on the part of those people to take care of this problem, so that everybody at the end of the day finds their inner peace, inner happiness, inner wisdom, whatever you might want to say that. All right, so see you guys soon again, and take care till then. Bye for now.